Hey coin collectors, and welcome to DC Coin Roll International Coin Channel. And today it's going to be the Lewis and Clark Keelboat version of the Jefferson nickel from 2004. Let's start with that Keelboat just front and center, and we'll magnify it up a little bit so you can see it. Because we have all the coins here, I know which one this is. This is the Denver up here, so this has got to be the Philadelphia, which we have turned over. The front of all of them will look the same except for the mint marks. So let's tip it over and we'll see, yes, indeed, it is the Philadelphia, and the Philadelphias have a P on them right there. The Philadelphia Mint made $366.7 million. This one right here, if it's an MS65, is probably worth about $1.50 or so. This one here is a Denver Mint coin, and you can see that this is just a sweet coin. It's getting some patina on it, just up through here. Really nice coloring. The Denver Mint made $344.8 million. Again, if this is an MS65, it's worth about $1.50, but I think this one's probably a little higher than that. Down here underneath Jefferson, we see there's an F and an S there, and that's for Felix Schlag, who was the engraver of these coins when they first came out in 1938. Thomas Jefferson did. Now, there's one other coin here that we haven't talked about, and that's this one. And you can notice the finish difference on this one. And the reason that you can tell a finish difference is this, because it's the deep cameo, which means it's a San Francisco Mint coin, and you can see the S right there. So to San Francisco Mint, they made $2.9 million. If this is the Proof 65, it's worth probably $5 or above. The problem with the deep cameos is that they just don't, they make them really well at the San Francisco Mint these days, especially from 2004 on. So even if you got this in a Proof 70, it would only be worth about $25. However, if you can get one of the Denver Mint coins in a Mint State 68, or the Philadelphia Mint coins in a Mint State 68. So there's the Denver, here's the Philly. Let me go down a little bit here. If you can get one of these in a Mint State 68, for the Denver you'd be talking about $1,100 or so. For the Philly you'd be talking about $475, and you're going, well, it's the same state, the same quality, what's the difference? Well, it turns out we know of 27 MS68 Phillies, and we only know of 10 MS68 Denvers. And the back will all look the same. It says United States of America at the top, E pluribus unum here. Down at the bottom it says 5 cents, and right across here it says Lewis and Clark. And in the center is an engraving of a keelboat designed by Al Maletsky. And if we look way, way over here to the right, underneath the back of the keelboat, there's an A and an M there. And then if we look along the keelboat, we see there's a U.S. flag. We see there's kind of a sheltered area here. We see that there's a sail, and it looks like the wind's blowing behind them, so that would be a good thing. And we see 1, 2, 3, 4 poles on this side. These keelboats were made so that you could push them with a pole, you could pull them with a horse, you could sail them, and that's hence the sail, or you could row them. I believe there were 10, you could get 10 rowers on each side, and you could get pretty quick pace. But the problem was when Lewis and Clark started this expedition, they were going upriver. So they needed something really big, something really strong, something that could hold a lot of supplies, something that would make them go pretty slow with all those conditions that they needed to fulfill. So what's going on up front here? Well, that's actually Lewis and Clark right up there in the front. It's Captain Meriwether Lewis and William Clark. They're in full uniform in the bow. I don't think they probably wore full uniform that often, but it sure makes for a great coin here. I think Jefferson's 200th birthday, and then you can see the patina or the coloring on the back of this one too. Just a sweet coin. Now, you saw one other coin when we opened up, and that was this one. And this one, talk about really nice coins. This is, you see a 2004 S here, so that means it's from the San Francisco Mint proof set, one of 2 proof sets. It either can be from the silver proof set, or it can be from the uncirculated coin proof set. Remember in 2004 they didn't have the satin finish. It's the last year of the non-satin finish, and so this coin is very, very, very shiny. We tip it on its edge, and in 2004 they still had everything on the coins, not up on the edge. We tip it over in the back, and it says United States of America, $1, E pluribus unum. I believe that's Jean-Luc Charbonneau her baby on her back, and she was the guide for the Lewis and Clark expedition, which left, I believe, from Missouri, St. Louis, Missouri. They took this boat up to Mandan and built Fort Mandan in South Dakota, and then they sent the boat back and they continued on to the west coast. So this is the second of the coins from 2004. The first was, of course, this one here, the piece metal coin, and this is a design from a piece metal that I believe they carried some of these along with them, and there's an Indian, a Native American cuff here on a uniform, and there's the U.S. cuff for a military officer with the peace pipe and the hatchet. And this is Thomas Jefferson made these piece medals so that Lewis and Clark could take them with them on the way, and they actually used them for treaties with tribes. All right, well, that's all we have today from DC Coin World International Coin Channel.